Honor Elizabeth Frost was an incredible scientist who pioneered marine archaeology, but let's get into the specifics. Frost was born in Cyprus in 1917. Sadly, she was orphaned in childhood and from then on was cared for by Wilfrid Eville, who was a wealthy solicitor, with an incredible art collection. Now, Frost herself went into art and she got her education in London at the Central School of Art and later the Ruskin School of Art. Here is an image of her painting of the buildings in Lebanon. Now, her art skills may seem irrelevant to a scientific career, but it proved extremely useful in the world of archaeology. Frost was a draughtswoman for Kathleen Kenyon's Jericho archaeological excavation. Also, she drew and cataloged objects from the Cape Galedonia wreck. Frost had several escapades, but she is most well known for one in which she directed it to a punished shipwreck. This led to the amazing discovery of all the history and details behind that shipwreck. Now, it went down to what the people on the ship ate and how the crew had abandoned it. The knowledge of all the details that can be drawn from archaeology below water is by far the most interesting thing I have learned when studying Honor's life. So many details I didn't know could exist from that. As for her contributions, Honor was the first person to apply rigor and discipline to the previously exclusive land archaeology. She just brought all those practices into the water. With these practices, history now has some gaps filled and some corrections made. For instance, Frost went on to prove a shipwreck to be Phoenician rather than Mycenaean as previously believed, and this is important because it showed us that that group of people were in the water with their ships quicker than we had expected. Now, eventually Honor Frost went to Lebanon, where she developed an interest in stone anchors, such as the one she is standing by in this image, but also some stock anchors, like this. Frost proved that anchors could be instrumental in finding out the ship's size, the geographical origin, and even the expected seabed anchorages. She developed a classification of these anchors that really focused on standard methodology and some diagnostic features. This is a little outline of how Frost outlined rock anchors should be measured. And as I have seen throughout this course, classification is instrumental to understanding. After she passed away at 92, she funded the Honor Frost Foundation with her inheritance from Eville. Now, this foundation continues to study marine archaeology in the Eastern Mediterranean. Thank you for taking a dive with me into the life of Honor Elizabeth Frost. Attached are my sources. Now, if you will excuse me, I have my own legacy to create.